God bless you and welcome to the GMAP Broadcast Network. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great, Pastor. God bless you too.
Man, I tell you, you know what? I apologize for running a little late today, but when I have that therapy for the stroke that I had, I have to do what the doctors tell me to do to keep my health intact. So I apologize for running just a little bit late, but we are here, and I want you
No
to
worries.
do me the kind favor, man, if you don't mind. Introduce yourself, man. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Who is Raul? Come on.
I'm Raul Enrique Castellano. I'm from South Texas. So you all are in Chicago, so it's kind of cool. I have some friends that live in Chicago, uh, and so it's kind of cool being part of this podcast and knowing that I have friends in Chicago and we're here talking. I've never been to Chicago, and I'd really love to visit one of these days. I am an educator in the elementary school system. That is my occupation. I love teaching kids. I love putting them on the right road and the road that fits them to success, to become successful uh, parts of society. But I also have another hobby on the side, which I like to do, which is I love to create stories. I love to draw. I love art. I've always been an artist. Uh, I've always drawn pictures and characters ever since I could remember as a child, and I was always that kid that was drawing in the class and thinking up of stories. And actually, it's funny because my kindergarten teacher, when I was in kindergarten, my kindergarten teacher once told my parents that I was either going to be an artist, a teacher, or an author. And she hit on all those three, which is pretty amazing, which is pretty cool. So I have a whole bunch of stories that I would love to get out, but because of my occupation, I get very busy. But when I get a chance and I can start drawing and I can start, putting, editing my work together, I like to do all that personally. Um, I like to edit my work personally because I don't have someone there telling me, what I need to do. I do look for people to kind of look over my work and kind of give me what they're feeling, their feedback, because you need to know your readers. But other than that, yeah, that's partially about me. Is there anything else you all would
Well,
like to know?
I heard you mention that you are an author, and of course, you currently have a publication out that, of course, we like to inform our viewers around the world about. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about that publication, if you don't mind?
Yes, it's my first of three publications. It's called, of course, Seahorse. This was my very first book that I wrote about 4 or 5 years ago, and I wrote it with. I would read books. We still read books to our children, my wife and myself, and I wrote it after I read one book, and I said, you know what? I think I could do something like this. I think I'd be interested in doing something like this, writing a book and writing something with meaning and something for my family. And so I took it upon myself to try and write a book. And um, when we were at home, one day my wife had said, "Of course, seahorse," to my daughter, and I thought that was funny. And I said, "You know what? That would make a great title for a book. I'm gonna try and write a book about a seahorse, and let's see where that goes." So it took me about a year to write the book, and then think of the character. And so I wrote the book uh, about my daughter and about our family life. And my daughter was always she has very creative. Both my daughters have a very creative mind, and when my oldest daughter was around 2 or 3 years old, no, actually she was 3 or 4 years old. um, on the rides home from school or to school, she was always creating these scenarios, or just her creativity was just going off. And so I thought that that was a cool setting, and that was a cool kind of plot for a children's book. And so from there on, it would be, and so from there, that's where I created the story of course, Seahorse. She's a bushy haired little seahorse that does a lot of things that children do today, because she's based off of my daughter and the family life and stuff that the family goes through. And it's kind of nostalgic as well, because you, as a parent, you kind of put yourself in the place of the child, and then you put yourself in the place of the parent as well, and then you put yourself in your parents' shoes, um, also. So it's a book that has a lot of depth to it, and it's something that I wanted to write, and it was great to put it out there.
Wow.
And so right now, my book is with you guys, and I'm so glad that you've picked it up and put it on your website, so that way I could share this story with others, and hopefully I can start sharing more.
Well, I have no doubt in my mind, and of course, for those that don't know, now you know that, of course, Raul is one of our featured children's authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network. You can stop by at any time, gmap1.com, and simply click on the tab that is titled Featured Children's Author, and you'll see a copy of the current book cover that I'm showing you on the television screen. You click on that cover, it will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the author as well as the publication. Now, of course, we always want you to show your love, care, concern, and support for this young man, as well as the publication that he has released to the people. And for those people that may, in fact, want to do that, what's the process? I mean, is there a way to receive a copy of your current publication? Where can it be located?
My current publication is located on Amazon. So you can go to the link and you can get an ebook from there. There is not a hardcover print yet. Um, so I'm working on getting that hardcover print, so that way it could get into people's hands and they could start reading it physically. But right now it's digitally on there, as well as I have another book called Monster on there, and I do have another hardcover book as well.
Wow.
And this hardcover book was written around the time that my father had passed on. I needed to get emotions out, and so I just started writing. I was writing poetry, and I started writing, um, you know, uh, prose. I did a lot of prose on this book, and a lot of short stories. And so I also have that publication. Is that book is also on Amazon, but that is a hardcover.
Ah, well, I am going to basically do everything in my power and try everything that I can to make sure that we have not one, but all three of your publications somehow placed on our platform. We want people to be able to find you and be able to find the locations of the publications so that they can receive them, they can order them, they can read them, and of course, we want them to show their care and concern, of course, support. But when you do, ladies and gentlemen, all of the viewers around the world, make sure that you leave a review. Leave a review. I can't say that enough because the author, as well as Amazon, and of course, me here at the GMAP Broadcast Network would appreciate that highly. Please, when you go to Amazon, leave a review. Encourage and motivate and inspire the young man to continue to do what he's doing for children, parents, and grandparents around the world. Now, of course, Raul, some of those individuals may in fact want to reach out to you and talk to you more on an individual basis. Is there a way that they can contact you and connect?
Yes, there is a way. Um, I have, let's see here. I have my Facebook. There's a Facebook page called, okay, so there's a Facebook page called Author's Purpose. AUTHOR apostrophe S purpose, PURPOSE. And so if you look for Author's Purpose on Facebook, you can reach out to me there, and you could also give me feedback. I love readers' feedback. If they liked it, let me know you liked it. If you didn't like it, let me know you didn't like it. And an explanation would be good too, because I always love to hear what the readers are thinking and what they're feeling, and if my work is doing anything for them.
Right.
But that is a place where you can reach me at
Okay.
Author's Purpose on Facebook.
Now, we appreciate you sharing that information with our viewers and listeners. And of course, as they look back and see the journey that you have taken and they realize where you've been and where you are today, if someone were to walk up to you today and say, Raul, I appreciate what you've done, but what's next for you? What would your response be to that?
What's next for me is where I'm working on two other books right now. One I'm working on, it's my grandmother had put together she had put together a lot of stories of her life, and so I'm trying to put that together. I don't know if I'm gonna publish it directly or if I want to just do it for the family. So that's one that I'm working on just for the family. My uncle and I are trying to put it together, and a lot of my aunts and uncles. That's one thing that I'm doing for personally for the family. And another thing is there's a story that I've been wanting to put out that I'm working on little by little. I have to do the artwork for it and then do the layout. So that those are two projects that I'm working on at the moment. So there's several other projects that I want to work on, but time is consuming.
Yeah, I can understand that, and of course, I want you to know that when and if you do put out these other publications and do what God has called you to do, we want to make sure you understand that we will try our very best to do whatever we can to assist you, and we thank you for allowing us to be a part of your journey. We thank you for being here today. We thank you for just becoming a part of the GMAP Broadcast Network family. Now, you have the phone number. We want you to call, text, chat, tweet, whatever you do. Reach out to us and let us know what you're doing so we can invite you back and share that information with our viewers around the world. And we also want you to know that when you do reach out to us, the answer will always be yes, and you will never ever have to ask us twice. We would appreciate you if you would just keep us in the fold, keep us as a part of your journey so that we can do everything we can to make sure that people are familiar and people know about the things that you are doing for them around the world. We thank you, man. We just can't thank you enough. And for those individuals that may have tuned in a little late and you caught the tail end or you didn't get the whole conversation, we want you to know that we will be placing this conversation on our YouTube channel. We will be sending it over to the Facebook page. We're going to even be airing it on our weekly Comcast cable program that goes into over 1 million homes. Any information that you might need, you can reach out to me. I can be found. I mean, you can find me everywhere. And my phone number, email, website is all there for your purpose. We want you to make sure that you let us know what's on your mind, what's on your heart, and what's in your soul. So, with that being said, man, we can't thank you enough for being here today. I'm going to move over and give you one final opportunity before we let you go to share what it is that's on your heart. So, with that being said, I'm moving over, and Raul, the floor is yours.
Well, I'd like to thank everyone at GMAP TV. Thank you all for everything that you've done. Thank you, Pastor, for reaching out to me and getting me to do this podcast. This is my very first podcast, so this is pretty amazing, being able to do this, especially with someone as dynamic as you, Pastor. You kind of lift my spirits every time I speak to you, and with that being said, uh, I'm just loving life right now, and I'm loving being with my family, and just loving everything.
And you know what? I I always hear people thank me, but I thank you. I thank you for accepting the invitation because you didn't have to, but you did. I thank you for simply taking time out of your busy day to hang out with us here on GMAP. And I thank you for allowing us to be a part of that journey that you're on. And we will do whatever we can to make sure we make it pleasurable. And most importantly, we encourage, motivate, and inspire others around the world with what you're doing. So we appreciate you. We want you to continue to move forward. Do what you have been called to do without a doubt. Don't let anyone step in your path and bring you down, discourage, or even, you know what, gossip about you. That's going to be a normal. But with that being said, we know that you can make it through the storm. If you need a little lifted up and encouragement, let me know. Call me. I'll be more than happy to let you know what's on my heart, and I'm sure that it's going to be something that will inspire, motivate, and encourage you. We want you to continue to have a wonderful day. We'll reach out to you and let you know that we have this available on our social media platforms, and you'll be able to share it with all of your family, followers, and friends. You continue to be blessed and be a blessing, and you have an outstanding day, okay?
You too, Pastor. Thank you. Can I share two more things real quick?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So this is from another book that I had done, Mended Scattered Thoughts. This is the one that I was talking about. That's the hardcover, also on Amazon. But I'm going to share real quick. These are a couple things that I wrote in here. They're very quick. The first one is called Inspirational Flame. And all it is, it's saying, be as intense and wild as fire when you make the choice to inspire. And then this other one's in Spanish. It's called Cantantes, singers. And it says, todos nosotros somos cantantes, nada más necesitamos encontrar nuestra canción. So all of us are singers. We just need to find our song.
Wow. I hope you didn't trademark that too much because I might want to say I might want to use that a few times. But you're exactly right, and all of us has something in us that is meant to get out and encourage people around the world. We thank you for sharing that. We appreciate you for doing that. And anytime you feel led to want to do more, you just pick up the phone and give me a call, text, chat, tweet, whatever you do, and let us know. And we'll be more than happy to have you share more of what you've done for us today. You have a wonderful day, Raul, and we look forward to talking with you again soon, okay?
Okay, Pastor. You have a wonderful day too. God bless.
God bless you.